Greetings and welcome everyone to my first impressions of Trials Evolution Gold Edition. Now, I have been having a really tough time with this name because I keep I keep accidentally calling it Trials Gold Evolution Edition or Trials Gold Evolution HD Edition. For some reason, I just want to say HD Edition instead of like Gold or whatever because I'm like thinking Gold, nah, it has to be HD Collection, right? No, completely wrong. So that's a warning for you. If I happen to make a mistake and call Trials Evolution Gold Edition something other than Trials Evolution Gold Edition, I mean Trials Evolution Gold Edition. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's get to the game. So, this is a sort of game where you go around on your bike and you go racing and stuff like that, and you're like, wee, this is so much fun, and well, it actually kind of is. So, what we've got here is we've got a bunch of levels that we can select. We've got Crash County and the HD Warehouse. Crash County is basically the single-player campaign, and well, I suppose also HD Warehouse is, but to a lesser extent. This is where you'll do most of your stuff. You'll go to your license tests, and then you'll go into here and do the actual like levels of the game, and then you'll try and prove your worth there, and then you can go about in the HD Warehouse and dick about. The HD Warehouse, I believe, is just what the original levels of Trials Evolution are, but redone, I guess in HD, maybe, I don't know. But, so let's, suppose we'll start playing some of these levels. I'll actually do on beginner just because, you know, the recording curse will make it so that I'll do rubbish anyway. Like, I've already, gilded all of these levels, like 100% completed on all of them. So, you know, like, I am somewhat decent at this, but, you know, when you're recording and you're trying to do stuff, I'm sure it'll just go all wrong. So here are our bikes that we can choose from. There's also some other bikes that I haven't unlocked yet. Okay, so we've got the Rattler 125cc, the Piranha 250cc, and the Scorpion 450cc. So these all have their own different stats and handling and stuff like that, and I actually kind of like the Rattler. For some reason, even though it's really basic and, you know, not at all impressive and stuff like that, like this is the first bike you get, I still really like it. I feel like it's my first child sort of thing. It's special to me. Okay, so what you do to control it, your character, is you hold up on the arrow keys, and then you'll accelerate. If you hold down, you will brake or and then start reversing if you hold it down. If you hold left and right on the arrow pad, or arrow keys rather, you will lean left and right. So if we're in the air and we need to correct our positions, then we can do just that by changing our stances, which is pretty simple stuff. Alright, so that's that, and then after that you'll get ranked on your score and like how well you did. So if you did really badly, you'll get, but you managed to, like, if you did really badly but you completed the level, you'll get a bronze, and if you did like okay and you completed the level, you'll get a silver, and if you did amazingly and completed the level, then you'll get a gold. If you didn't complete the level, then you'll get nothing. Okay, so let's use this one now that we're on easy. You know, it's harder than beginner, but it's, you know, it's still not that difficult at all. In order for us to get the normal difficulty, actually I think it's medium that we need to collect 75 medals, and in order to get medals we need to finish races. If we finish it with just a bronze, we'll get 1 medal. If we finish it with a gold, we'll get 3, and if we finish it with a silver, we'll get 2. So that's why you want to try and gild all the levels as much as, like, as often as possible. Oh, there we go. You can also restart the levels, so if you ever like do mess up, you can just press backspace and you'll restart at the last checkpoint. This game has so many checkpoints, it is insane. Like every 2 seconds, new checkpoint. Actually, not even that. Like every second or so, there's a whole new checkpoint. It's pretty crazy, and that's because the game is actually quite difficult. And so you do sort of need those checkpoints, because otherwise it'd be ridiculously difficult. So it's sort of like Super Meat Boy in that sense, how it's challenging, but it's never frustrating to the point where you just want to like snap your keyboard in half. No, it's never like that. Also, this game is really awesome with its all set pieces and stuff like that. Like, look at this. We're storming Normandy Beach with a motorbike. Like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, their set pieces in this are so amazing and brilliant. It's just hilarious just to like play the next few levels and find out what the hell they're going to be doing next. I really do like the whole set piece sort of stuff as well. It does add like a lot of touches to it, rather than just being like in the HD Warehouse. I'm not the warehouse is alright, but I much prefer this sort of level design where, you know, you got stuff blowing up in the background, you're going up bunkers and all kinds of wacky stuff. I quite like this. So every time you do pass a checkpoint, you will be, well, after you finish a level, you will be alerted of your time, and then it'll tell you if you did better or worse, and so on and so forth. So this game is all about the time and stuff like that. So if you go really, if you like to take your time in this game, you know, take your time in games, this probably isn't the game for you, because it's pretty, like, intense. Like, it's all about, like, going fast and having reckless abandon for the lore and such. So yeah, you got to make sure you go fast, otherwise, you know, you'll be, you know, you probably won't be able to finish the game if you go slow, because you need to go fast in order to, like, pick stuff up. Anyway, let's go visit the garage. In the garage, we've got some basic stuff that we can have our person wear. So we've got, like, MX goggles. I do not have enough money to buy them. Oh damn. So you get money from completing little missions. It's in the top right next to the Facebook icon. Facebook, who uses that? So I believe from completing missions and, you know, passing your license tests and all that sort of stuff, you'll get money, and then you can use that money in order to purchase stuff. I've got a Motard helmet, so we'll just wear that. We can click adjust colors in order to change it. So if we want to make it like teal, I guess, sure, we can make it teal. We can do that, or we could just have him wear nothing, or we could have him wear a top hat. We could do that. That is pretty odd. You get the top hat by, I believe it was just a Uplay thing. So if you go to, like, your Uplay rewards, you can unlock it for like 20 points or something like that. It's relatively cheap. Okay, so let's put the MX helmet back on him, and then you can also go to your bikes, and you can also change these around with, like, lots of different things like accessories, and, well, can't actually change that. Metal parts. You can change your rear wheels and stuff like that. I believe these don't have that many statistical differences. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to use the gold wheel just because gold's pretty. I don't even remember how I got the gold thing. Let's change this. There are also, for some, complete makeovers where you can make the entire thing gold, which is absolutely amazing. Like, look at that. Hold on. Yeah, go back. Yeah, accept it. There we go. Look at that. It's all gold. Look at these fancy camera angles as well. My goodness. Look at that. Oh. Love it. Anyway, right. So now that we've got that all made... Oh, hold on. No, let's go back. We can also, like, change the other stuff that he's wearing, like, for the shirt and all that. Oh, hold on. What did I have here? Oh, ancient armor. That's right. That's another, like, Uplay unlock that you can get. Have ancient armor on your BMX rider guy. Is it BMX? I don't know. But, yeah... This is pretty intense. Doesn't look too comfortable to wear. Anyway, I prefer the gold outfit. I would much rather wear that. I've got a gold bike and a gold outfit. I'm a gold man. You've also got a bunch of stats for your stuff. Like you've got, like, single play percentage and all that. How many sort of stuff you've played online and all that jazz. It's pretty neat. Also, it does show you all your friends that own it. This guy doesn't own it, Jake Rees1 doesn't own it, and I don't even know who this guy is. He sent me a friend request the other day, and I was just like, okay, fine. I never use Uplay enough to actually learn who people are. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty cool. So, it is quite a fun game, so I really do quite enjoy this. And let me just, let's go into one of these levels here. Let's go Oil Crisis, sure. And, what have we got here? Let's use the gold one, might as well. So I really do quite enjoy this game. The music is actually pretty interesting. It's got this really, like, oh geez, I'm not very music savvy, so I'm gonna, like, totally sound like insane, but it's like got a sort of punk rocky sort of vibe to it, and it's pretty cool, and it sort of suits this reckless sort of game, how you just run around and it, like, bloody jump into stuff, and then at the end of levels, like, blow up and shit. So it's pretty, it suits it. I've tried listening to it without playing the game, and it's sort of weird. Like, in the game, I really do like it, but when I'm not playing the game and I just listen to it normally, I'm like, this doesn't sound too good. Apparently, for the music in this game to be good, it needs a lot of revving from bikes and stuff like that. Odd, but hey, whatever, it works, I guess. The graphics are actually pretty interesting. They have a lot of different sorts of aesthetics to them. Like, in some, they'll go for this really, like, sort of like Fallout 3 brown, greenish world sort of thing. And then in others, they'll go for this really cartoony vibe, and it all sort of works. Like, the graphical art style of it, just, like, works surprisingly well for a lot of different sorts of aesthetics. Like, it's always still like 3D, 2.5D sort of thing, but they always go different in terms of saturation and stuff. Like, in the first few levels of the game, like, it was pretty cartoony, and it was like somewhat like that, but like somewhat cartoony and, you know, not at all realistic looking. But then as we progressed, like, it started getting to more realistic and stuff, and it was pretty interesting how they've managed to change it, but still, like, keep the overall graphics looking the same and stuff. I'm restarting that. That was a horrible run. Yeah, this is like my worst level. I've never been able to gold it, or at least not yet. Like, I've kept playing it for ages, and I was just like, can't do it, man, can't do it. So far, the game controls relatively well on a keyboard. I haven't actually tried out the gamepad, but I hear from, people, like, specifically, like, this guy called Bumpy McGump. He's like, oh my goodness gracious, this game is unplayable with the keyboard in the later stages, and I'm like, ooh, really? So I've been trying to, like, use the keyboard as much as possible, and I really haven't had that many troubles with it. Like, I've been able to gold a lot of levels, and I still haven't found many problems just yet, but maybe later on in the game it'll become more obvious, like, what the problems are. But right now, like, I'm fine with it, but do take that with a grain of salt, as, you know, it may very well be completely changed in the later levels. That's one of the downsides of a first impressions. I don't know what happens, like, at the end of the game or anything like that. Boop! Restart that race. I want to freaking do this thing. But yes, what's kind of interesting about this game is how it deals with, like, the camera angles and also the playing of what's going on. Like, it's always 2D, well, 2.5D, I suppose, but, like, but what's weird is that, like, it'll go around, like, angles and stuff like that. It'll change the camera angle, so it will never, like, remain static 2.5D. It'll like twist and bend, and it'll have lots of very interesting, like, camera angles and stuff like that. And it's really quite cool how they've managed to keep the game 2D while also giving you the impression that it's, like, fully 3D. It's quite nice. I messed that up, and now I'm going to fail and not get the gold again. Great. I need to get, like, oh my, like, this level has been so annoying to me. You know, restarting. Yeah, I need to get, like, 46 seconds in order to beat the level, and I've managed to get to, like, 46.865 or something like that. I'm 0.865 off of golding this level, and it's just like, ridiculously tough. Like, my bike is gold, my guy is gold, I need to get everything in this game gold. It's like lore or something. Oh! I was trying to be fancy there, did not work out in my favor. Whoop. Alright, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this thing golded. So now, some of the downsides with this game are that in certain levels, the optimization seems to be a bit iffy. Like, in one of the stages, like earlier or later, I forget, but one of the stages, there's, like, a section where you'll run into, like, boxes and stuff like that. How do I escape? Exit game, yep. Yes, exit. Like, one of the stages, I believe it's that one. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I think it's this one. Like, the frame rate will go real to, like, it's kind of weird. Like, so it'll, like, be fine for, like, 5 seconds, then it'll go to the complete rubbish the next few seconds, then it'll get fine the next. Is this the right level? Oh yeah, here it is. Like, look at that stuff. Like, the frame rate just takes a massive dive in certain, like, look at that. It, like, look how, like, much worse it gets. Like, it's really weird, like, why all of a sudden it'll get better and worse and all that. It's just so randomly. It's quite odd. Am I gonna get this, like... Oh, shit. I thought I was gonna be able to gold it, but no. Now that I faulted, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Like, it makes it really tough to try and gold it because of the frame rate. So it's really quite odd and awkward how, like, it'll randomly get super framey. The game has been out for a while, so I doubt they're going to be releasing a patch for it anytime soon, but hopefully they do that, because it's really quite odd. Like, I can run every other level at 60 frames per second perfectly fine, like the max graphical settings. But this one, it's just, like, randomly, because, like, a few shadows appear, like, the frame rate takes a dive. It's really odd, and it's just awkward, and it's just like, oh, give me the gold and let me go on with my life, please. Oh, let's just carry on. Okay, cool. I think we might actually have a chance at golding this. Oh, did we get gold? Have I already got gold? I think I already got gold on this, actually. Oh no, I got the gold medal. Oh hey, you guys get to see me getting the gold medal. There we go. So 66, and so we've got 66 medals, and we'll unlock our next event at 75 medals. That's how they basically trickle in the difficulty sort of stuff, or slowly ramp it up. As you progress through the game, you will do more license tests, and the way you unlock license tests are by completing levels, and then by completing levels you learn more stuff, and you apply that stuff that you learned in the license test into real levels. And then once you've actually like proved that you have actually learned it by having enough medals, they will allow you to go into the next license test and all that. So that's pretty cool. So that seems to be it for about now. Actually, I suppose we could just take a look at some of the graphical options and all that. Let's just go back. Oh, something that really surprised me is that this game actually has mouse support for the menus. Normally in these sorts of games, developers have a tendency to be like, mouse support, mouse support. But no, they actually do have it, and it's really quite nice. It's really nice to actually see that, you know, mouse support. This really shouldn't be something that I'm impressed by, but it is, so that's what it is. This is actually pretty interesting. You got metric and imperial for the units. That's pretty nice, but of course I'm going to be using metric because that's the best system. Video, we've got resolution, windowed mode, VSync, on or off for VSync. Anti-aliasing, it doesn't tell you what kind of anti-aliasing it is, it's just on or off anti-aliasing. Advanced effect, I don't even know what that is, but I'll put it on. Shadow quality is just high and low, so that's something. And foliage is on or off, which, you know, whatever. Audio sliders, we've got volume slider, which is great. We've got all that stuff, and we can also have the random, the voiceover being random, or Rayon, or I don't even know who these people are. Let's just make it random. The controls, I believe they're fully rebindable. Like for you got up to like 4 players at once with the multiplayer stuff. I haven't actually tried that, so yeah, you can fully rebind them. You've got like instead of A, like, can you? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Defaults. Yeah, so instead of that, you can make it that, or this and that, and all round stuff like that. So you can rebind those keys, and that's fine. Activation, unnecessary. How to play, credits, screw that. Who made this game? Ubisoft Shanghai and stuff. These actually do scroll surprisingly fast. I quite like that. I am so fucking annoyed about games with like credits that take decades to actually pass. Like, I want to give you credit, but not if you take up 70 years of my life. Like, that's probably longer than the game actually took to make. So with that being said, that's what Trials Evolution Gold Edition is. I haven't actually managed to take a look at the multiplayer or Track Central, but I believe Track Central is basically user-created maps and all that sort of stuff. Multiplayer is just, you know, you multi-playing, like, I don't know, I haven't actually played multiplayer, but that's the single player and the options and stuff like that. So thanks for sticking around, everyone. I hope actually, hold on, this is a really weird one. Achievements, like, it'll open this up and then your mouse will still be over here, like activating the menus and stuff, so you can't like really like click the actual achievement stuff like that in Uplay. So it's really weird. It's like you'll go to scroll down or exit out of here and you can't click the X button, so because it's still like it's acting as if it's like in the menu. It's like, ah! And if you press Shift F2, then it'll allow you to enter this little section. Then you can exit it. It's really awkward. That is so odd. But anyway, thanks for sticking around, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of Trials Evolution Gold Edition, and GG.